Hey, Puggytar, Link here. What you see right here is my body. Pretty simple, right? Well, that isn't all of me. I also have a soul. You can't see it, but it definitely is there. These two parts have different properties and purposes, and they cause weird things to happen. Let's start by talking about what each one does. The mechanics of the body are pretty straightforward. It's just Link's visual representation and handles his physics while ragdolled and his interactions with elements, like when he is burned, frozen, or shocked. The soul, though, is more complicated. It isn't visible and handles normal physics like collisions, triggers cutscenes, and normally determines where the body is placed. To see an example of how these mechanics affect gameplay, let's talk about a glitch that you've probably experienced if you speedrun the game. Dead angles are certain angles where wind bombs will go too fast, and this causes Link to immediately stop moving. The faster away from cardinals and ordinals you aim, the faster the wind bomb will go, so dead angles happen in between the cardinal and ordinal directions. What does this have to do with body and soul mechanics? Well, Link isn't stopped because of a speed cap. He can go faster than a dead angle by doing a BTB or stasis bounce. Why can't he go that fast here? To answer this question, we need to acknowledge that wind bombs have one significant difference from those launches. When Link is launched in a wind bomb, he ragdolls. When ragdolled, the body and soul are able to separate more than normal, and if they get too far apart, the game will stop Link so they can snap back together. So Link isn't exactly stopped because he is going too fast, but rather, the speed while ragdolled causes the body and soul to separate too much, which causes the game to stop him to get the body and soul back together. Lag stops happen for a similar reason. Lag speeds up Link to hide the fact that the game is lagging, and this causes the soul to separate too far from the body, which causes Link to stop in the same way a dead angle does. Another glitch that is caused by body and soul mechanics is super launches. A super launch is when you abuse lag to speed up Link when ragdolling after a wind bomb or stasis launch, and keep the speed while you pull glider. This is done by using quick menus to create lag, pausing, unpausing, then pausing again to increase the lag, then unpausing and pressing X to pull paraglider on the first frame after unpausing. The reason it works is because when you generate lag, the game makes Link travel faster to hide the fact that the game is lagging. Normally when the lag ends, the game will slow down Link to normal speed again. If we pause, then the lag will end immediately after unpausing. This is why you pull glider on the first frame after the pause in a super launch. When you pull glider, the soul snaps back to the same position as the body, and this is what gives Link the speed when transitioning from ragdoll to glider. His speed in glider is proportional to the distance the soul travels to get back to the body. Normally when the lag ends, it would slow Link back down to normal speed, but when we pull glider on the frame the lag ends, the game is trying to slow Link back down while the soul is snapping back to the body. The soul snapping back to the body overrides the game trying to slow Link down, so we get to keep the extra speed. Now that we've gone over how the body and soul work in certain situations, hopefully you have a general idea of how they operate. In general, the body and soul rarely separate except when ragdolling. When they do separate while ragdolling, too much separation will cause them to get stopped so they can recombine. When pulling glider, the speed you get is determined by the distance between the body and soul before they snap back together. Using knowledge of these mechanics, we know why things like dead angles happen, and how to abuse these mechanics to gain more speed in super launches. These aren't the only instances where you can see evidence of interactions with the body and soul, so keep these mechanics in mind, as they will come up in future topics, such as shield clipping. And as always, thanks for watching.